Okay, so in this video, what I'm going to show is just 5 games against Giant using P.E.K.K.A. And you can see the deck right there. And in essence, I'm going to basically break those games down and tell you how to play against Giant, because Giant right now seems to be a pretty difficult matchup. Anyways, the first game I think is against a guy called Redbean. And yeah, we know that there's a chance that they go Giant in the back, but they might not do it. And here they go, Psycho Zap. And what we want to do in this matchup, like the most, is just simply to manage your cycle. So here he goes for a Skarmy. What you really don't want to do is get into an awkward hand when you can't pressure him when he goes into for a Giant. On this defense, I'm pretty sure this actually goes really terribly. Here I missed the batter rim, and I have to panic place a bandit to defend the mini P.E.K.K.A. Yeah, here I'm immediately down a lot of elixir, and he's just gonna giant a bridge. And yeah, it's not defendable, so really bad mistake to start the game, but well, I win the game in the end, so we'll see. Here he plays a really bad giant ability. He hits my ghost to the opposite lane for some reason. I really don't understand why he did that, but he just gives me free damage on the tower because I could just zap his Skarmy. And yeah, and also pressure because I know he played that Skarmy, he was pretty low and forces out minions. And well, the situation actually isn't that bad, because as you can see, again, because he's so low, I just go for a bandage bridge, and that gets damage as well, and his tower is down to 900, and well, with a minute left, that's not much HP at all. And this ability is also very bad. That's just a waste of 1 elixir. So at this point, I'm thinking, well, we can definitely come back from here. If he Sparkies right now, we just go opposite Eva Ghost, because he cannot defend that, so he has to wait. And I was just going to go Eva Ghost opposite lane to Sparky and go Magic Archer behind, in order to try to maybe prevent them from going Evil Skarmy. So I do exactly that, and he goes Giant. I thought he had Evil Skarmy in cycle. He did not, but it works out. We'll see, because he goes for Evil Skarmy. And he goes for really bad mini P.E.K.K.A. here, because his Sparky's on the other side, which is going to do nothing. So we can just plop a P.E.K.K.A. in front of that, and wait for the Sparky lock on tower, which we wait for. And another really bad Sparky, because that Sparky is not going to turn around after he hits that bandit. So we go for a batter him, and for some reason, he decides to go Skarmy on the right. I was hovering on the left, because I thought he was going to do it on the left, but yeah, he just got 3 crown. Really, really bad defense, I don't really know what to say. You played that terribly. Anyways, the second game's more interesting. I forgot what this was against. Oh, it's Alessio. Yeah, this guy is Witch. This game was interesting. So against Witch, you really, really need to fire what's happening with Evil Witch, because you're not going to be able to kill it otherwise. So again, when Giant is mostly about Psycho, Giant Witch is even more about Psycho. You can't really waste your spells. And because he can fireball my Magic Archer, which I didn't realize until they do it right here. It's really hard to kill the Witch if you don't have Fireball Zap and Cycle. That Zap was not necessary by him. I mean, honestly, even though this is top 100, the gameplay is not necessarily that clean. I go for Bandit the Bridge just to cycle, because I don't want to have an awkward hand. I want to get rid of the Bandit just so I can force out one of his ground cards, because Bandit is a fast troop. I can't really cycle in the back, so I might as well cycle in the bridge, because if I cycle in the back and they have a Witch, then they just go literally Witch the back and my Bandit dies for nothing. So I can't do that. Goes to the back for his Musketeer, and I'm thinking he might go for something in the back, and he does. And here, I think I actually zap, yeah, because that will kill the Witch. It's 1 HP, and I mutter high just to ensure that he can't Giant in front of it. I don't know about those minions. I feel like he could have gone Giant the back right there. Don't think it was good. But, yeah. Here, it's just a normal Giant match. He's just going to Giant the back. And I go batter him in front of that again just to get his hand messy. He has to play both of his ground cards, right? So He can't really make a giant push if I keep forcing on his ground cards like that. And also Evil Ghost, which means that it's really clean. And here, if I had one extra elixir and I could go Fireball Zap immediately, yeah, the Evil Witch didn't die immediately. If it did, I would have gotten even more damage, but I think this was pretty good already. You see when I forced out both of the ground cards and there's no giant to tank for it, Ewiz's plus a card is actually really good. As you can see, like both of them stayed completely alive, so I did that. And I'm thinking, okay, he finally needs to go Giant attack, right? But no, he doesn't. He goes Dark Prince, and again, it's just free Ewiz. A lone ground tank against an Ewiz is really, really bad. He shouldn't be doing that. And here, he goes Evil Musk, right? But I'm thinking I have to go in. I can't let my Evil Ram die. And he's gonna minion, so I go Magic Archer. And he fireballs, but I don't think he needed a fireball, but anyway. I don't think he was defending that because I marched on his minions and killed 2 of them, so he didn't have enough DPS. Yeah, I basically just pressured opposite to him because it was awkward. Okay, next game against Agony. If you don't know who Agony is, he just always plays Giant-Sparky, so I go into the game knowing he's playing Giant-Sparky, and he plays really aggressively. I know that he's very likely to play a bunch of aggressive pushes, so I can't really overcommit. He's pretty damn good at punishing when you overcommit. And so, again, I just play passively into his cards. I want him to spend his ground tanks so that he can't really build a push. When he doesn't have ground tanks, it's also really difficult for him to defend. And yeah, I predicted it's NATO there because, well, he always NATOs. He always NATOs like that. And yeah, you see, it's a really aggressive Sparky, but I don't think it's good. So what I'm gonna do here is that I'm gonna wait and just peck on the Sparky, because if you peck on a giant, he's going to hit it on the opposite lane. So what I'm going to do is just wait for the Sparky to cross, play some other cards, and play the P.E.K.K.A in the place where it won't splash the other cards. And here he plays Hero Media P.E.K.K.A, and I know he has no elixir for anything else, so I just immediately P.E.K.K.A on that, and then because I can E-Wiz immediately, so yeah, easy defense. I just had to kill the mini pack so I can play my E-Wiz without it dying. And yeah, it's a really awkward defense for him. And I take tower. Here, he taps and I go Ghost, and he can't defend. Actually, I think he does defend. He tornadoes the king. But it's only 100 something HP. It's really not looking good for him. Because Sparky, especially Giant-Sparky right now, if they go in and you defend well, it's really difficult for them to actually defend because they use up all their good defensive cards, maybe except for Wizard on their offensive push, and you're left with a defense that's just like, what, 3 spells and a heal spirit. It's really, really hard for him to defend. Here, this is also a good defense. Again, I'm just waiting until I can either peck it, because I just don't want to peck it early. That is the one thing I'm avoiding, and good zap on the Sparky, resets it, and I just wait, because I just want to E-Wiz on the Sparky. That's all I want to do, E-Wiz on the Sparky, without the media packet getting retargeted. And here he plays a good evil zap, but the bandit does prevent it from taking tower. And then I go batter him because I thought he might Sparky back. And yeah, he's at no elixir. He cannot defend this push. And yeah, it's 2 towers down. I just need to fireball to right. And yeah. So basically what happened twice in this game is that I defended well and counter pushed in a way that he can defend. That's just really what happens in this matchup. You make sure you defend well and only take, don't lose your tower. You can mitigate and take some damage. You just can't take the whole tower. You can't just lose the tower. But if you just lose a little bit, you can take much more on your counter push. That's basically how to play. Next game against Atom King, also Sparky NATO, but this time I know it's Vines because I faced him before. I go Magic Archer because I just wanted to psycho it, no real reason. And I wanted to pressure the bridge just because, in case he's in an awkward cycle, that would have been good for me. And here I go E-Wiz. I'm hovering the ram in case he goes NATO. He doesn't, which means I'm going to ram the bridge. because like his cycle is bad. He's one ground card. Like most of them, Agony and Atom King only have one ground card, so I'm just gonna go in whenever I can because it's awkward for them, and also so that I can just cycle to my evos as well. I want to cycle to my evil ram. Yeah, and same principles here. If they giant the back, you march into it and wait. If they Sparky in the back, you pressure opposite lane, defend their mini pack in a way that doesn't kill your own troops to create some pressure on the opposite lane again, and again just wait for the troops to actually cross. And here they NATO, and I think I should have blocked with a Batarang. Yeah, again I kind of messed it up and then forced a zap and it still took a hit. But it's not horrible. It's not the end of the road. Taking some damage is fine, because it's really bad. It's really hard for them to defend. So, as long as you don't lose your tower, it's fine, really. Like, if you have more than 2,000 HP, you're completely fine. He Sparky's the back, and I'm probably gonna bandit opposite lane. I don't quite remember. Oh, I banded a bridge. I mean, I always banded a bridge because if you banded the back and they Sparky same lane, that's a dead bandit. So you should always play the bridge. Giant, right? So I'm going to march into it. Yep. We know the plan, and we are going to, I think, batter on opposite lane. And I noticed that his Sparky has gone in front here, so my Marcher is actually going to kill that with a Fireball Zap. So I'd Zap it first, and then go Ghost, and then go Fireball, and that's a dead push. He cannot push off of that. I mean, he's trying, but I think I can just plop down the P.E.K.K.A, and yeah. It's a good ability by him, actually. I think that was good to kill my Marcher. That Giant is a bit bad. I thought he should be trying to cycle his Evil Wizard. But here, because I zap now, and because he wasted Giant instead of an actual defensive troop, he has to he has to NATO as well, and that's so much elixir, and he's a dead push. And he actually tries to go in again, and this is where he loses. He tries to Giant again, and I have so much elixir, I just go EU his Batarang and block his mini P.E.K.K.A. And he vines, but it's just... I think this is where he just really started to lose, I guess, all of his momentum. That's a good bandit, because Sparky doesn't target, and, well, it's a good heal spirit. But, like, now I have Evil Batarang in a cycle where he can't really push that well, because I get to march into a Sparky. And I go the same thing. I want to pressure opposite lane because I don't want them to build up a humongous push, and I can't leak. And I go P.E.K.K.A the bridge because, well, he doesn't have Evil Wizard, so if you went Wizard, I can fire up a Zap. And I'm just letting that hit my Marcher again. I'm not bothering to protect it because I'm just going to wait and E-Wiz on the Sparky. And look at the right, it's so much damage. And again, because he's slow, I go all in the bridge. And he's gonna Sparky, but I can just zap that, and that's a lot of damage. Like, his cycle is so awkward if you see right there. Just a little bit of a misplay on this end makes his cycle like really hard to defend with. And I go really aggressively here. It works because like his cycle was so terrible. He wastes his mini P.E.K.K.A, so it was kind of a given that he can't really push well off of it. Here it's a bit sketchy. But I think I went Batarang, yeah. And then I went Fireball and a Sparky just to make sure my Barb stayed alive, so the Giant's completely dead. Yeah, this is GG. It was a good defense. Like, everything's good defense. You just, basically, all you need to do is not play a P.E.K.K.A straight into a Giant. Just manage your elixir and cycle well, and it's not too bad. Alright, just one last game here against Boss. Sure, you all know him. He actually played this really annoyingly. You'll see. He's gonna go Bomber in the back, and I'm gonna, well, I think I should have cycled Marcher because it's a slower card, but, well, we learn. Yeah, but he's gonna do that, and I'm gonna march to the back because, I'm gonna use the back because I want to kill the Dark Prince. And guess what? Giant the back. And like what we said, I cannot pack it back because it would just get ability away and I would lose. So I have to Marcher. Even if I have a spell that kills Marcher and I just give him free tower damage, I have to do it. I cannot get myself into a bad cycle, so I have to give up free tower damage. It's just how this works. And I pack a high and I go slow. Just to make sure that the giant won't take my tower. And it's a good defense, and I go batter him opposite lane because I know he's at like 3 or 4, but I don't want him to Dark Prince my Ghost and batter him because I have full counter. So he has to give up a lot of Ghost damage, and also he had to zap, so I'm thinking he's probably very low again, so I can band it. Which is true. And yeah, he plays this so annoyingly because guess what he does? He just giants the back again. 3, 2, 1, go. Yep. And we Marcher. We know the drill. Marcher or range troop in the back, or you pressure opposite lane. But I don't have good pressure opposite lane, so I have to do this in the back. So I'm gonna E-Wiz low. And I'm gonna Ghost. He can't ability. Because if he abilities, I just P.E.K.K.A. But he abilities, which is really, really stupid because I just plop a P.E.K.K.A. and he can't get rid of it now. So, like, this is a very good situation all of a sudden. And the left side, he almost has to get rid of. Yeah, and I go batter, maybe a bit of an overcommit, but I make sure to take the left tower. And, well, the right side is almost dead. Okay, but here I do mess up. If I go Ghost, in a better position, like on the right side of the giant, in which splashed the giant, I think I could have defended, but I don't because those micros were pretty sloppy. But we know how to win this matchup, so we're not really that scared. We're already up a bunch of damage, so yeah. And here I actually break my rule of not going P.E.K.K.A. into a giant, but my cycle is too awkward. I can't play another E-Wiz in the same lane, just gonna get firebolt. So here I think I just have to, and I'm just gonna try to, if he abilities my P.E.K.K.A. away, to just use batter and to drag the support troops to the left side where my P.E.K.K.A. is gonna be. Turns out it wasn't even necessary, because the P.E.K.K.A. turned back left, which meant that I was able to just batter him on top of it, which was nice for me. His push is gone, and that one bad cycle, we survived it, and so, yeah, we're fine now. As long as we just keep doing what I have set to do, which is just cycle range cards to the back. Here we go again, E-Wiz, and he goes giant, and I'm gonna go batter opposite lane, like I said, and I don't want to P.E.K.K.A., so I'm gonna go evil ghost, and I'm actually gonna P.E.K.K.A. to king tower, because again, he played his bomber, which is a very good counter, so, maybe a bit too aggressive as a Marcher, but yeah, it's a lot of damage, and his push is a bit disjointed, because on the right side giant is dead, and he has to giant here, we know that. And I can pull it away because, well, he didn't have time to play the anti-pole placement. And I just go P.E.K.K.A. to back on the support troops, never on the giant. And yeah, his push is gone. And he can go for another push here, and I was preparing for that because he has a Mega Minion. And yeah, so I fireball his support troops, and I blocked the Mega Minion with the Bataram, and this is GG's. He still tries for a bit after this, but like there's no hope for him here. He's gonna go giant the pocket, so I predict it was a Marcher, and fireball. It's over. Yeah, it's just overall, you just need to have a good cycle. Like, if you have a good cycle, like you can actually make it really, really awkward for him. Yeah. Anyway, thank you for watching all 5 games. If you're still here, yeah. Hopefully you learned something. Thanks.